Hey everyone, I just wanted to take a moment and talk about what's going on in LA. And I imagine many of you have seen the story about the four officers that died by suicide within 24 hours and one retiree, three active duty. It breaks my heart. It absolutely breaks my heart because this is why we do the things that we do. This is why we're trying to help people. I never, ever want to see this job take any of your souls. And if the options are ever on the table of ending my life or leaving the career, leave the career. There's life on the other side of the badge. I promise you. I am absolute evidence of this. There are so many people that are proof of this. Leave the badge, leave the job. It is never going to be worth it. Now, if you need help, get help. But we can't just look at this and say like, oh, we need more resources. Well, it's because we're short-staffed. It's because of manpower issues. It's because morale, all the things that are being cited from these officers. And I'm telling you, while those certainly are contributing factors, it's not that simple. Just as assuming that if we just provide more resources, then officers won't kill themselves. Or an officer killed themselves, so let's add more resources. It's never, ever been about resources. I've been saying this for years. I said this in San Antonio. We have incredible resources in San Antonio, and yet we have multiple suicides happening, right? It's the same thing that's happening in LA. I know they have psychological services. I know they have peer support teams. I know they have resources, but yet they had 4 suicides within 24 hours. So then what is it? What I believe is that you have to have 2 things happen in time and space. Opportunity has to meet willingness. It's not just one or the other. People on that department know that there's psych services. They know that there's mental health. They know that there's resources available, but they're not willing to use them. Why? That right there is going to give you all of the answers you ever needed. If you could ask, why do people not utilize these services? Why do they not trust the process? Is there policy in place? If there is policy, who created those policies? Have people used those policies and it didn't go well? I know that this is very complex, but if people do not trust the administration, they're not going to utilize those services. And I would venture to say that there's a pretty drastic disconnect between many police administrations and the people that are falling under those policies, the people that we know are needing to use those services that will never trust it because they don't trust the administration. This is a cultural issue. This isn't a resource issue. This isn't a staffing issue. I get it. Working 16 hours a day, 5 days a week is taxing, and it's going to create a lot of issues for sure. But does that mean that we should kill ourselves because we're tired, because we're overworked? No, it means we should quit and find another job or something to fill our cup, something that brings us joy. Because quitting your career in law enforcement and finding something else to do is always going to be a better alternative than ending your life. I love y'all. If there's anything I can ever do for anyone, please don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to connect with you, talk to you, inspire you however I can to show you that there is hope on the other side of being helpless. I love y'all. Take care. Be well.